right, third grade, today you had a packet that is a practice packet for your perimeter and area test. You're not going to be able to see me, but I'm going to work through this packet with you, and I want you to check your answers and make sure you're getting them correct, because especially these problems that you see that I have a circle around, if I have circled it, it's because it is very similar to what you're going to have on your test. Alright, we have Lily. She's wanting to find the area of this piece of glass using gray square tiles. And we're supposed to figure out which model could be a way that Lily found the area of the piece of glass. Remember, when we're doing area, we have to cover our shape with squares. So I can automatically eliminate B and C because they did not use squares. Now, A is using squares and D is using squares. Since they don't tell me how big my square has to be, both A and D could be how she found the area of her glass. So A and D are our correct answers. Number 2, again I have it circled. An artist paints a board using white and gray paint. Each square is 1 square foot. What is the area, so we're counting squares, of the section that the artist has painted gray? And I only want to count my gray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 gray squares, so we have an area of 9 square feet. Remember, area, counting squares, are doing length times width. All right, let's go to the back of this page. Number 3. Hannah is measuring the area of a quilt. She knows that an inch is longer than a centimeter, but shorter than a foot. Which sentence is true? Hannah will need more square centimeters than square inches to cover the quilt. Centimeters are smaller, so will she need more? Yes. The smaller your unit is, the more you have to use. Since centimeters are shorter than inches, that is true. Let's check the rest of them, though, to be certain. Hannah will need fewer centimeters? No. Centimeters are small. You're going to need a lot more. C. Hannah will need more feet than centimeters. No, feet are big. She would need less feet, not more. D. Hannah will need fewer square inches. Fewer square inches than square feet. Inches are small, feet are big, so D is not true. A would be your correct answer. Notice I didn't circle that one. I do not remember seeing a question like this on your test, which is why I didn't circle it. All right, number 4. Vince says the area of this shape is 4 square units. Is Vince correct? Are these squares, third graders? No, these are not squares. No, he did not cover his shape with squares. Remember, when you are doing area, you have to use squares. So I am going to circle number 4 because I do know there's going to be at least one, maybe more than one question where they do not cover their shape with squares. All right, let's go to our next page. Number 1 again, but it's a different page. I have circled number 1. What multiplication equation can be used to find the area of the model? So remember, area is length times width. So I need to count my longest side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need a 7. And my width, I need my shortest side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7 and 4. 7 times 4 is 28. So my area would be 28. Number 2. Beth covered a picture with unit squares. Each unit square is 1 square inch. The area of Adam's picture is 12. I'm going to write this down on Adam. Area equals blank times blank. We already see the 7. We know our area has to be, oh wait, I got to finish reading. 12 square inches more. It's not 12. it's 12 more. So that I'm going to keep in mind. I can't fill this out yet. Then the area of Beth. So I need to figure out Beth. Here's Beth. I've got to figure out her area. Since Beth has squares, I can just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And Adam's is 12 more, so 16 plus 12, his is 12 more, would be 28. So now I know 28 equals 7 times what number? What is this question mark going to be? 7 times what is 28? 7 times 4 is 28. So let's fill in the blanks that we've worked it. The area of Beth's picture, I counted 16 squares. The width of Adam's picture, we figured out, would be 4. So 16 and 4 are your two answers. Okay, let's go to the back of this page. Notice I've again circled number 3 because it's going to be a very similar question on your test. Samuel is covering a square part of his yard with bricks. He's covering with bricks. That's area. A square part has a length of 10. So we're doing area, and we know it's length times width. So length is 10. How many square feet of yard will cover with bricks? Okay. So length of 10. How many square feet of his yard will Samuel cover with bricks? All right. It's a square. So if my length is 10, what's my width? 10 as well. Squares have to have the same length sides, and we want to know how many square feet for his entire yard. So 10 times 10 is 100. He's going to need 100 square feet of bricks to cover his yard. Number 4, make sure you know squares, every side's the same. Ms. Lincoln wants to cover a window with a shade. The area and width of the window are shown below. So we know area is length times width. We have a width of 5. So something times 5 has to equal 45. What times 5 is 45? We know 9 times 5 is 45. Alright, let's see. We want to find the answer of 45. A shade with a length of 8 and a width of 6. 8 times 6 is only 48. Is a shade that is 48 going to cover an area of 45? Yes, because 48 is more than 45, so that is true. A shade with a length of 9 and an area of 54. 54. I need 45. Will that be enough? A shade with a length of 5 feet and an area of 54. That should be true too, because this shade is more than what mine will cover. This would be 6 here. Well, I don't know. Let's see. If 6 is more, so that should also be true. 54 is bigger. That should be true. All right. I may have to go back to A. Well, let me put a question mark on A. I'll come back to it in a minute. C. I haven't looked at these ahead of time. A shade with a length of 10, and an area of 50. So 10 times 5 is 50. That should be true because 10 is greater and 5 is equal. So that should cover my window. A square. Ooh, that's interesting. A square, D, a square with an area of 49. So what do we know we can multiply to get 49? 7 times 7. Is 7 going to be big enough? No. Let's go back to A. I think I messed up on A. if the length on this one is 8 and my length is 9, is this going to cover? No. So we need to change that. I messed up there. I'm glad I went back. So go back and change that. Hopefully I didn't mess you up too much. That should be false, true, true, false. 8 is not big enough. We needed 9 for a length or bigger. 7 is not big enough because we needed 9 or bigger. So that's why A and D are false. This one is not going to be on your test, but this is a very good higher thinking question. I like it. I even had to go back, didn't I? All right, next page. Number 1, I definitely have a circle around. Becky places 2 blankets next to each other on the grass as shown. Each unit square is 1 square foot. Is the sentence about the total area, I'm going to circle that, of the blankets true? A, do we find total area can be found by adding 4 to the product of 4 and 5? Let's go back up here and do our area, shall we? Length, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's width. Length, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4 blanket 2. So we have 4 times 5, and we have 4 times 4, which gives us 20, and then 16, and we put them together, we get 36 for a total. So can we get 36 by adding 4 to the product? Product means multiply. If I say 4 times 5, that's only 20, and add 4 to that, is that going to match? No, that would be a no. That's not 36, that's only 24. Look at B. Is this one going to match? Remember, we want to get 36. The total area can be found by multiplying 4 by the sum. Sum means to add. That's 9. Is 9 times 4 36? Yes. The total area can be found by adding 9 and 4. 9 plus 4 is only 13, so no. The total area can be found by adding 16 to the product, means the time, so that's 20. Adding 16, yes, that's 36. The total area can be found by adding the product of 5 times 4, well that's 20, to the product of 4 times 4, which is 16. That's exactly what we did. So yes. No, yes, no, yes, yes. These are the 3 that equal 36. Alright, moving on. Number 2, I have a circle around. Carl's rectangular garden is divided into 2 parts that are the same size. What is the total area again of the garden? Alright, this side we have 4 and 8. 4 times 8 is 32. Another 4, because remember both sides match. 4 times 8 is another 32. Add them together. 32 plus 32 equals 64. So our total area is 64. You will definitely see problems where you have to put areas together. Alright, next page. Only 3 to go. Number 3, again, we are doing area, total area. We need to decide how we want to cut our shape. So I always like to go the shortest way, so I'm going across here. If I cut here, I have 2 times, it's not 3. If this section is 2, then this has to be 1. So 2 times 1, and down here I have 2 times 5. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 plus 10 is 12. So C. Number 4. Run a refrigerator with a freezer at the bottom is shown. The freezer part on the bottom has a height of 2. The top part has a height of 5. explain how you can find the total area of the front of the refrigerator. All right, so we're going to multiply 2 times 3 because they both are 3 on top and bottom, which will equal 6. Multiply the top, which is 5 times 3, which will give us 15, and then add the 2 together, 6 plus 15, which would be 21 total feet. And I'm going to square it because we are counting squares. You could also just count, couldn't you? You could count all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We could also just count all our squares and also find 21. Last page. Number 1, Annie drew this rectangle, which rectangle has the same area but different perimeter. Circle all, pay attention to that word. Correct answer. So let's find her area equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need to find all the ones that have a matching area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. B's out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all 3 of these have the same area. Now we want a different perimeter. So let's go back up here and find my perimeter equals 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 2 plus 6. Remember, perimeter we add all the way around. That's 8 plus 8, which is 16. So my perimeter is 16. I cannot have a perimeter of 16. My perimeter has to be different. So 16 has to be a different number. So this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and 3. 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4. 7 plus 7 is 14. That's different. So A is the correct answer. As long as I don't get 16, I can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 6 plus 2 is 8. Uh-oh, that's 16. It has to be different, so C is out. D has 3, 4, 3, and 4. 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4. 7 plus 7 is 14. So D. A and D are the 2 that have the same area, but different parameters. C had the same area and the same perimeter, so I can't use C. Number 2 at the bottom. Caroline places 2 tables together to form this shape. The perimeter of the shape is 32 feet. What's the unknown? So we're going to add all our numbers. We're doing perimeter, add them up, and then figure out the missing number. So I see 4 plus 2. I like to mark them as I write them so I don't forget one. Plus 5 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus question mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equals 32. Now let's add up what's here. 4 and 2 is 6. 5 and 2 is 7. 4 and 2 is 6. Plus the 4 and the question mark have to still equal 32. 6 and 7 is 13. Plus 6 and 4 is 10. Plus question mark equals 32. 13 and 10 is 23. Plus question mark is 32. What can I add to 23 That will turn it into 32. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 to 132. I can add 9. 9 and 23 would give me 32. So the missing side is 9 feet. Alright, very last page to check on the back. Stephen and Jasmine are each making a bookmark from a sheet of paper like the one shown. Jasmine cut her paper along the long side to make 10 centimeter rectangular bookmark with an area of 30. Okay, so she wants it to be an area of 30. Stephen cut his, I'm going to circle those numbers. Stephen cut his paper on the short side to make 6 centimeters wide rectangular bookmark with the same area. So that area was 30. I'm going to go ahead and write that down. 6 and 30. Stephen says our bookmarks are the same area. They also have the same perimeter. Is he correct? Well, let's find area and perimeter. So we already know that their area is both 30. What we don't know is perimeter. So we need to figure out what Jasmine's other side is. So 10 times what would give me 30? 3. And his was 6 times what to get 30? 5. So now I need to find perimeter. So we're going to add 10 plus 3 plus 10 plus 3. That's going to be 13 and 13, which is 26. And hers is going to be 6 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5, 11 and 11, which is 22. Uh-oh. Do their perimeters match? No. He says they do. No. They have the same area, E-A-R, but Stephen's perimeter is 22 and Jasmine's is 26. Their perimeters do not match. Alright, last one. Emma. Emma draws the rectangle at the right. Look at her rectangle. I need to find the area and the perimeter of it. Draw a rectangle that has the same perimeter as Emma's, but has an area of 12. So first I need to figure out what her perimeter is. If mine has to have the same. So that's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 and 5. 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5. 7 plus 7 is 14. So I have to have a perimeter of 14. Remember, if I want the same perimeter, I take half. So half of 14 is 7. Think of all the ways to make 7. I can do 1 plus 7. I'm not going to do 2 plus 5 because I need 12, not 10. 3 plus 4 makes 7. And then I already know 2 and 5. We're not going to use 2 and 5, so I'm going to write that down, but we're not going to use that because that's already here. Which one of these would give me an area of 12? Well, to get area, we would have to multiply these. Is 1 times 7 12? Or is 3 times 4 12? 3 times 4 is 12. So I need to draw 3 and 4. That would give me a perimeter of 14, just like hers, and an area of 12. 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 is 14. Alright, those are all your answers in your packet. I hope you did well. Study this packet for your test.